Welcome to this video presentation here at Wimbledon Carriage Company, and here we have the Alfa Romeo Giulia on a 72 plate. I'm going to start off firstly by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside of the car from there. From the outside you can see it's a four-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. We're going to start off inside the boot space of the car first of all. As we approach the back of the car you can see we have those twin tailpipes, reversing sensors. Plenty of boot space. You can access the rear of the car by folding down any or all of those three rear seats as well. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in, and as I mentioned, we'll run through just a few of the controls on the inside of it from there. Now that we've done a full circle though, you can firstly see that the alloy wheels are all in fantastic condition the whole way round, as is the bodywork for the car. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, now that we're inside the vehicle, we're going to start off with the dials first of all. Over on the far left-hand side, we have the coolant temperature gauge. We then have the rev counter. Over on the right-hand side, the speedometer and fuel gauge. And in the centre, the main trip computer section for the car. Which includes a digital readout for the speedometer at the top in the centre. Above that, you can see the gear this car is in. It's an automatic, so we are in park at the moment, of course. At the very bottom of that section, you'll see the total miles for this car. They are 6,804 in the case of this vehicle. If we back out to the steering wheel next, over on the left-hand side, we have our cruise control. Adaptive cruise control, so this car is able to maintain its own distance between itself and the car in front. Activate that with this button just here. This is where you start and stop the engine. You just need to make sure the key is in the vehicle with you in order that you do that. Over on the right hand side we have our stereo and phone controls, and behind the steering wheel you can see the massive minus pedal that goes all the way from here up to there. That is to change down a gear, and the plus pedal for up a gear. Over into the central area next, we have the main screen for the car, which is where you can access your radio, DAB, AM and FM radio, all available to you. You can go back to the home screen up there. Obviously it's touchscreen, but you don't have to use the touchscreen. You can see the movement I'm making here at the moment, which is being done using this dial. You can rotate this dial, you can push it down to select whichever menu it is you've got highlighted. It also moves up, down, left and right as well, which will become useful within certain menus in this car. And you can get back to your home screen from here too. We've also got the volume for the stereo next to that. So up onto the main screen again, you can see that we have got satellite navigation. Really nice clear colour display in this car, very easy system to use. You can use the dial to go through any of these options that you see on the screen there, or of course you can use the touchscreen itself. Back out to the home screen again, you can of course pair your phone up just there, and then with various menus for climate control, driver, safety systems, trip computer information, loads of different menus available, including also the different connected services that you can have via your smartphone, and the settings menu just over here to the far right hand side as well, where you can go in and set up any of these things that you want to, and you can change and personalize the car to your liking. On top of all of that, you can, if we put the vehicle into reverse, access the full color reversing camera, which has a guidelines there that show you what direction the car is headed in relation to the image that's being shown on the screen. We've also got a visual guide to the front and rear sensors. Below that are the physical controls for your dual zone climate control. So you can adjust the passenger temperature, you can adjust the driver temperature, you can increase and decrease the fan speed. When you adjust the fan speed, it will temporarily show on the screen. The temperatures for the passenger and driver are permanently displayed on there. Once you're happy with those settings, your air conditioning is on at the minute, so that's off, back on again, or you can hit auto. The car will now take full control of the direction of the air and the fan speed to maintain the temperatures that you've asked for. Any manual adjustment, you'll see auto has now gone off. You can change the direction of the air using the buttons just here. We've also got heated driver and passenger seat, both with 3 separate heat settings each, as you can see. We have a 12-volt charging socket, USB input, 2 cup holders down here, the gear lever for the fully automatic gearbox. We have an electronic handbrake, the controls I went through just a moment ago, and then Alfa Romeo's DNA system. So there are different modes you can put it in. D being dynamic, N being kind of natural, neutral, you know, your everyday driving, and then A for all weather. So most of the time you'd be here, but as I say, you can switch that very, very easily in this car. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the paperwork we hold for the car. So in the envelope here is the spare key, so 2 keys in total. We have the V5 registration document, as you can see, and the service book showing its first annual service, which was done earlier on this year, 2024, at the time of recording this video. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, or you'd like a live bespoke video tour, please feel free to give us a call here at Wimbledon Carriage Company. We'd love to hear from you soon.